what are the legal ramifications, from a player standpoint, from Mason Rudolph's standpoint, the NFL, and where do we go from here?
Well, when you're dealing with something that's certainly outside the course and scope of a football game, sometimes, and we've seen it go as far back into hockey and other sports where there's criminal prosecution, when you're dealing with something that could be considered a crime outside of the game, it's not a regular tackle or just a hard hit or a helmet-to-helmet contact, something dealing with, if we saw this on the streets, there would be criminal prosecution. You have to look at it from that angle. And in this case, certain states have a distinction between assault and battery would actually be the harmful contact, whereas assault is the fear or apprehension that you are going to be hurt. And in this case, there was certainly an aspect of assault because you could see Mason Rudolph ducking. He saw that the helmet was coming towards him. So in that moment, the crime there would be considered an assault. And then the actual battery would be when he got struck with the helmet. I believe my understanding of the law in the state of Ohio is that it would be considered an assault either way. They have different terminology there, and the assault would be the actual attempt to hurt somebody, and the assault would also be potentially the injuring of somebody. Now, Mason Rudolph, after the game, in his interview, said that he was feeling fine. I don't understand that he has an injury from this. It looked like the padding and the helmet caught him rather than the front of the helmet or the hard part of the hard shell of the helmet. But he could still be, and Myles Garrett could still be prosecuted for an assault. Is that likely in his home state of Ohio? It's doubtful, but it is possible, and I think that we would be looking at that if, as soon as he smacked him over the head with the helmet, blood started gushing down his head, or he had a skull fracture, or something more serious.